from observed data, like inference model, statistical model, machine learning model. There are many of them. However, in many decision problems, sufficient objective data do not exist, especially for rare, future, or one-time events. In those cases, we must elicit subjective probabilities from experts or from ourselves. So sometimes we act as experts. There are three general approaches for eliciting subjective probabilities, including direct assessment, opposing bets, and reference models. So again, because they are subjective probabilities, they can, those methods can introduce bias, and they are not static. So those are like the headlines of news that I got from I think last year. So within a few hours, people update their information and change the estimation of probabilities regarding certain events. So they are changing theirs. They are dynamic, and we will learn like how new information help us to update the perception of these labs. So as the first method, direct assessment involves simply asking a decision maker or expert to say their estimate of the probability of a given event. So when this approach is straightforward,
great to have you with us. We are set to get you over the hump this Wednesday night with another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. All right, let's check out the starting group for the Thunder. They've got Isaiah Hartenstein. Williams is out there with Lou Dort. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Wallace in at the 2. And for the Warriors, Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jonathan Kuminga is out there with Butler, and it's Mr. Incredible in at the 5. About halfway through the year now, Doris, some teams that started off well have run into trouble.
But Brian, doesn't it almost...
So the first, or one of the structured way to find a probability is to convert the uncertain outcome into that. So the decision maker
feel like inevitability that over the course of such a long season, adversity is bound to set in. And sometimes it takes many forms. Sometimes it's as simple as an injury. Sometimes you've had a tough stretch of games, maybe 4 or 5, on the road against tough competition, and then you get your confidence shaken a little bit. This is the beauty of the league. Winning is hard.
Podziemski's shot is good, and that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early. Outside, Williams.
So, for example,
Dort, pass to Williams.
This is just the picture that I got from
now here's
Gilgeous-Alexander.
About trains the triple.
Yeah, there's a competitive toughness to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He comes right back with a 3 of his own.
So I got this from her yesterday, so they might update the
first quarter, just over a minute played.
For this example, if we buy yes,
for 3,
sure,
outside Podziemski, fires from deep,
and
that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Per share, if I do the math right.
The 3 from
Curry.
Curry.
If the event does not occur,
it's Podziemski on the wing.
Yes, share.
And the 3-pointer goes. Podziemski's got 9.
Yeah, they've given up so many second chance points.
But the price, I mean, the mechanism behind determining the price reflects the collective belief in the probability of an event.
It's really been the catalyst for this run.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the front office.
How does the market predict the chance the probability of this event happening. It's 26%, right?
Multiple
it's pretty
options going
straightforward.
forward.
So
Continue to draft
because
and
the
develop
return
their
is
talent, or
$1.
perhaps
The
use those
$1
picks to trade for a
return
superstar
times
you believe
the
fits.
probability of that future event.
Both shots
is
good
equal
from the
to
stripe.
26
Well, OKC has a
times
great track
100%
record with their draft
probability
picks,
of
and
buying
it seems
it,
like they
right?
got
So
another one in case of
because there
Wallace.
is one on
Wallace was
both
the
sides,
10th pick
so
in 2023.
26
He's going to give you great
is
physical
actually
pressure defense on the
indicating
perimeter, and then he's going to
the
play to his strength
26%
offensively.
of the
OKC rarely misses with their draft picks, and they didn't on this guy.
Count it.
So
Good.
that's the technique
Their
we can
ball
use
movement on
to
this run has been
elicit the
tremendous.
probability
It's led to a lot of good,
from
clean,
the
open
overall
looks.
judgment.
Wallace outside.
To stats, and this is called opposing stats. So
Williams on
to
the wing.
stat opposing
Butler
stats,
covering.
we
Dort for three.
begin with a bat
It's
that
rebounded by Mr.
heavily
Incredible.
favors one side of the
Mr.
certain
Incredible's
outcome,
got his fourth
and
rebound in this one.
decision maker which side plays
Goes back
first.
up. Butler, good.
So we
We're talking
can
about
offer
a
a new
gritty
bat that
competitor,
favors
and Jimmy
the
Butler
opposite
loves to
side.
mix it up on the glass. Nice rebound.
Alternatively shifting the advantage and
Thunder trail by
gradually
10.
adjusting the width off amount. We narrow in
Outside
a
Gilgeous
point.
Alexander.
And that's the indifference point.
There's the
where
drive.
decision maker is the difference between two sides.
Boy, the
So
offensive flow
that
just
point
isn't
of
there right
indifference
now. 1 for 5 to
indicates
start
the
the game.
implied probability consistent with the therapy.
First personal foul.
So to minimize the
That Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have
So
many
sometimes
winning
we put like
seasons
$1,000
before they got
or
Steph,
$1 million
Clay,
to
and
the
Dre.
bat
And you know,
that
BA,
people
from
prefer, they don't want
1978
take
to
that bat.
2012,
They stay
they
for
made the
the Clippers.
playoffs just 6 times.
Joe's checked
So
in for
that's why
Dort.
we want to keep the betting size small. And of course, everything has pros and cons. While this is a useful
And
method,
that's good
it
as he
has
hits both shots.
limitations. Some individuals are uncomfortable
And here's
with
Gilgeous
the concept
Alexander.
of
He'll bring it up
betting
for the Thunder.
altogether.
Down by
And
12.
Other may,
Victory eluded them
still
the last time
activate,
they faced the Warriors.
conversion,
Hey, they
even
had
though
their
the
chances,
stats
but they
are
struggled
small,
from the line.
which can
It's so
combine
hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do
together.
so.
Using opposing backs
Outside,
to
Williams.
To reveal the probability.
Back to
So,
Gilgeous Alexander.
Every year,
Here's Wallace.
the spring is coming.
The Thunder with another miss.
Boy, he won't.
And every year in spring, people try to predict when cherry trees in Washington D.C. will reach peak bloom. And the average peak bloom date is around March 30th or March 20th, but it varies significantly based on the weather conditions, including temperature and precipitations during winter and early spring. So the National Park Service
Miss
if I
many from
recall
that
correctly,
spot. The defense
and
gets
the
lucky
climate
there.
scientists
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Alan LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Mr. Incredible in the last matchup against the Jazz was all business. He dropped in 16 points, and that's not to mention the fact that by the end of the night, he had a triple-double. His numbers from that game jump off the stat sheet. He was just superb. Guys, let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
I always love the hard work on the glass.
So this
Just
is over
great activity.
uncertain event.
Now the Warriors with it.
And
They're
now
on a
we can
20-7 run.
A back that
Out of
favors
bounds. It'll be Oklahoma
one
City's
side
ball.
heavily.
And let's take a
For
look at the
example,
power rankings and see how
if
these
it
teams
takes,
compare across the league. You look at
we,
Oklahoma City. They're
I mean,
building some momentum
if
right
it
now
takes,
and
then
aiming
you
for a
win
spot in the top
$100.
5.
I think
and
for
if
the
it
Warriors,
doesn't,
they've
then
used
you
the doubters to
lose
fuel their
$10.
strong showing this season.
And
Game after game,
on the
each
on the other option or on the other tree branch of the decision tree, if you bet against pick and it does pick, then you lose
Guy
$100.
seems to play with a big chip on his shoulder.
Then,
Now here's Gilgeous Alexander.
$10.
32 points
So
for him.
we
Last game
set,
against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that three-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
Here's
we
Mr.
can,
Incredible.
11-point
game.
decision maker
Out to Hield.
which side they prefer. This processing involves two people
To the middle.
parties.
Here's Mr. Incredible.
The question
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mr. Incredible's got 7.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there.
Decision maker to tell me
Outside
which
Joe.
sides you will pick or which back
Pass to Hartenstein.
you will take.
And Banks in the layup.
What will be your
Hartenstein's
answer,
gotten his
basically?
second bucket of the game.
Does anyone pick? Well, anyone bet for pick? So if yes, yes, okay. Matthew, which side will you take?
Yeah, I would take the betting for the peak for the 100 bet.
You were betting for the pick? Yeah, because do you have a reason for doing that?
It just seems the most favorable. You get a big positive outcome and little negative outcome.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, so Matthew will bet for peak, and the rationale I'm guessing is he think it's very likely that Cherry Blossom will peak during that period
Well,
of
that
time.
possession to me highlights the importance of
But the goal
creating
here
for
is not
teammates.
to actually take the bet or winning some money, some
Outside
monetary
heel.
reward. Our goal is to
Outside
find
Curry.
the indifference point so we can have the
Here's
equation
Mr.
to solve for
Incredible.
probability. So because we can take a
5 to
bet
shoot.
or we can shoot a side, we are
he gets it to
influencing
go.
that
So far, he can't miss. He's
value
4 for
one
4.
Looks
option
like we're starting
over
to see a
the other.
pattern
So
here.
that's
Not afraid to
being
get in the
equal
paint and get wet.
relationship.
Outside
So
Joe.
next, we need to
Over to the left
reverse
wing.
or adjust the payoff to favor the opposite side.
Wallace, left
For
side.
example,
Pass
if
to Joe.
you pick, then you win $20.
Outside
And if it
Gilgeous.
doesn't, then you lose
Alexander.
$75. So we can continue doing that.
Oh, a
or,
beautiful reverse
continue
layup.
adjusting
He's got
the
7.
payoff gradually, alternatively favoring each side. So until we achieve the goal. And the goal is to find the point of indifference. So indifference means we
Yeah,
cannot.
teams will try
it
to
is
get
hard for
physical
us
with
to pick any
SGA,
of it.
but make sure you
So we
understand
cannot
that wiry
decide
frame
which
is
bets
big time
to take,
strong.
and that means we're indifferent between two
Moody
options.
passes to Mr.
So,
Incredible.
and
A 3 from
when we
Curry.
reach the point
Count
of
it. 2 for
indifference,
4 from the
the
field now.
payoff structure,
That's been typical of their performance
where the
today.
decision maker
They're
has
sharing
no
the ball
preference
and
between
creating
betting
good
on
shots.
peak or not peak.
Outside, Williams.
And the
Back to
expected
Gilgeous
value
Alexander.
of two sides of the decision are equal. Where
Puts up a
the
3.
person loses.
Sinks it from
So
distance.
this is particularly
Well, they're not behind
for
because
that
of this
decision
guy. He
maker
is
who
putting
told
on a
you
tremendous
that he
run.
couldn't-
7-second
couldn't,
difference between the
take
shot
any
clock
of
and the game clock.
money off the bet.
To the
And
inside.
we denoted the probability
Here's Moody.
of reaching peak of room
Top of the
as
key jumper,
P
no good.
of P, like
All
we,
alone from
we had
mid-range. They know he won't
but
miss
no of
many
P
of
and
those.
probability of not peak as
Inside.
P of NP. So if we
Hartenstein with it. Back to
kind
Wallace.
of indifference into a mathematical form.
Gilgeous Alexander from
So we will
outside.
calculate
Oh,
the
the Thunder, another 3.
expected value.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. We'll be right back after
the
this word.
expected value of this branch. So mathematically, we have expected value of betting on peak equal to expected value betting against peak. So as I said, it's P of P times F minus P of NP times Y
Hope you've
equal
enjoyed
to negative P of P times X plus P of NP times Y. So if we solve the equation, then we will land at this expression or equation for P of P, and this is calculated by Y over X plus Y. So essentially, when we identify this point of indifference, we have an equation that we can solve, and we can represent the probability of peak with our values for x and y. So this is how we use opposing bets to elicit the subject probabilities. So sometimes it's because
broadcast so far,
so
halfway through the first half of this one. And what do you guys think about the Warriors here in this one?
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
Well, they certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And Oklahoma City, look at who they've got. They've got Isaiah Joe. He's out there with Mitchell. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Lou Dort. And it's Jang in at the power forward. The Warriors lead by 8. Down low. Here's Butler.
All right. Does anyone have any questions so far? Especially
Well, you love any possession that ends in the paint, especially if the ball is in the hands of Jimmy Butler.
Okay. So, do you have
Robinson
any?
passes to Joe. The 7-footer. Robinson
Okay,
can't
great.
hit.
Thank you for letting me know.
Golden State has got 4 of 7 threes to go so far in this game. And Doris, you talk about the bounciest big men in the association. Mitchell Robinson's on the short list.
Come on now, this guy is a game
Okay, so
changer as a
after
lob
opposing
threat
that,
and
we
rim
have
protector.
another approach
He's grown up so much in terms of avoiding foul trouble, and he's putting in the work on the offensive end. Mitchell Robinson is a big-time player.
And he can't get the first one. And so many screens today ride that line of moving or not. Doris, you think players get away with too much moving on picks?
I think, Brian, it definitely feels like there's a lot more gray area. You have these things now called drag screens. A lot of screens today feel like maybe 30 years ago they would have been a foul. So I always say the officiating in this league with the speed and the skill is really, really difficult.
Here's Mitchell on the take. The Warriors pull it in. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. They defeated Utah in their last game.
And the main takeaway was their accuracy from beyond the arc. An impressive performance indeed.
And that explains their three-point
Shall we
percentage.
stay
They
and
had
don't
more
lose?
than a few players giving the defense absolute fits from range.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Dagnall said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. Competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you.
He's just an aggressive finisher. There inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Now here's Mitchell. No points yet.
The value of P is interpreted as the
Here's
decision
Robinson.
maker's
And it's good. 2 points.
Mitchell Robinson's field goal percentage is high, and the reason is these are the kinds of looks he creates.
P is implied probability of the complementary outcomes. So different from the opposing bets, we are not
Here's Mr. Incredible. Robinson defending. Healed from outside. Gets the 3 ball to go. Heald's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
We all know this guy is a volume point short. Mr. Hield does not
When we
lack
do the
for
reference
confidence.
lottery, we begin by
The 3 from
selecting
Mitchell.
initial value for P.
Warriors
in
with the
reference
rebound.
lottery, and
Mr. Incredible's got
ask the
13
decision maker,
rebounds in the game.
which lottery
Glass
they
eating.
prefer. So
And
this
they're
is
up
the
considerably
same
because
process,
of their efforts on the glass. Hey, they're
process
just getting
of
pushed around
opposing
inside.
bets. So
Thunder
if
trail by
the
15.
decision maker prefers
Offensively, it's
the
been a
reference
struggle for them.
lottery,
Yeah, they need to
like
string together some shots to have any
lower
kind of
one,
chance.
the one on the bottom. That means
Dort outside.
they think,
And it's all from 3-point range.
what's your interpretation?
The Warriors have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic
The
trades.
current value of P is too high,
Don't forget,
so it's higher than
OKC
the P
still has a boatload of
the
picks.
higher than
And Mark
probability of
Dagnall
reaching
has called a
P.
timeout. He's
So,
going
to identify
Gather the troops and
the
talk it
different
over.
points, we need to review the P value. If decision maker prefers the event-based value, the one on the top, then P is too low. so we need to increase the p-value.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Jackson Davis is checked in for Jimmy Butler. Kuminga comes in for Peyton. It's Curry in for Hield. So Oklahoma City going with almost an entire new group here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Robinson. Williams comes in for Jones. Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Joe.
Gradually to avoid anchoring and the other response biases. So I have a lottery wheel here. So using a probability wheel, So using a probability wheel will also improve elicitation by providing a more intuitive and less biased way for people to just think about probability level. So we can just rotate the wheel and
back to Williams.
Land at a number and we start with that.
Pass to Wallace.
So
Williams with the screen. Shot clock at 6.
They look frustrated right now. Nothing seems to be falling, and it's starting to get to them.
If I teach it in person, then I will
outside Podziemski and stolen by Williams
to make sure you understand how you.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
And the accent here is to find your subjective probability that you
take the contact. That is nicely.
So I think everyone's
and a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
Yeah, and I also love the intensity they've shown on the glass early on. Keeping plays alive, creating second chance shots, that's nice.
Here's Mr. Incredible, coming off a 16-point game against Utah.
Yeah, a terrific defensive effort along with that. 4 blocks in the game, huge lift defensively for them.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Your peers in the class.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander, he's got 16.
So,
Hartenstein with a screen on Curry.
We have focused on revealing
Gilgeous-Alexander against Curry. Really left him alone that time. Williams has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
Clearly defined
to the middle.
Success versus failure.
Three-pointer. And Moody is good for 3. And the Warriors lead by 17.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
We assign probability
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wallace.
A small set of possible outcomes.
Dort outside.
And those
Williams
are
from long range.
And
can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
However,
here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Golden State.
Everyone's focused on Stephen Curry. He's focused on finding the next best shot. What a pretty pass.
Such as cost, demand, completion time.
There's a minute 34 left in the second period.
So
and Grant, once again, Stephen Curry hit 300 threes last season. Man, he's in a class of his own.
Well, there have been 7 300-plus three-point seasons ever. Stephen has 5 of them. He is the only 400 three-point year ever. So, yeah, VA, Stephen has created his own class.
The lecture slide.
His energy is
And
unmatched.
assessing a subjective probability of distribution for a
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Warriors making a change here. Green is checked in.
Of the discrete elicitation method. So instead of assigning probability to a small number of discrete outcomes, we can construct an entire cumulative distribution function. So there are 2 common
minute 15
approaches
left to play in the second quarter.
Just cumulative distribution
Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over.
Using
Can they get it?
discrete assessment.
And that one goes in
So
as
the
he's
first one is
fouled.
called the
It'll be
cumulative
3 points.
probability for a set of value, and the second one is the fractal method. So first, we can assess cumulative probabilities for a selected set of outcome values. For example, we can ask for a probability that variable is less than or equal to specific threshold. Here, we ask for probability that
Points
the
if he
average
converts the
height
free
of
throw.
the pass is less
And
than
something that makes
or
SGA
equal
so
to
dangerous on
5
offense.
feet.
His elite drive and kickability.
And
Yeah,
we
you
can
have to
then
load towards him when he comes off a high
elicit
pick.
each
He just
probability
draws so
using
much
the
attention,
same
he can
discrete
find another
probability
cutter or
methods
spot-up shooter.
we just
He has
discussed,
so much gravity
including
to his
direct
game.
assessment,
Here's
study,
Mr. Incredible. 13 points in the game.
By repeating
Moody
the
passes
process
to Mr.
for
Incredible.
multiple values,
The jump hook.
we obtain enough value
bounds, it'll go to the
points
Thunder.
or pairs to reasonably cover a range of outcomes. So as you can see on the left, we have a table with all the selected values and corresponding probabilities for that threshold values.
Thunder trail by 19.
Then we can approximate the full
Wallace,
CDF
the pass to Hartenstein.
here, given the it looks piece-like. If we have
Now
a
here's
large
Wallace.
enough,
Tight defense on him.
number of points,
Hartenstein, no
then
good.
we'll have approximately.
Golden State has gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter.
So instead of asking
Curry passes to Mr. Incredible.
at specific values, we can reverse
Inside
the process.
and stolen by
so
Williams.
This is the fractal method. So we can specify
Wallace
cumulative
outside.
probability levels, such as 10%, 50%, 90%,
Pass to Hartenstein.
and ask
Shoots over
decision
Curry.
makers to provide the value
And
that
another miss by
corresponds
Oklahoma
to each
City.
level.
And so it's
So
the
for
Golden
example,
State
we
Warriors
can ask,
up 19
the
points as
value
the
is
quarter
such
comes
that
to a
there is
close.
only
They've had
10%
incredible
chance
success
of the
defensively,
height
taking away
lower
good
than
looks and
5 foot.
pressuring shooters.
So,
More
so
2K
we
action
set
in
the,
just a moment.
Point 1, point 2, and now we ask for the threshold points here, so highlighted in light blue here. So, and similarly, we can modify reference lottery to find out those values.
Thanks for tuning in.
We can
We
instead
love
of
the
having,
mountain climbing, don't we? Well, there's a
certain
huge
probability
mountain
here, we can
decline
say,
for the Oklahoma City
there's
Thunder.
no, we can have
A lot of bricks
30%
out there reminds me of my
chance
free throw
determined,
shooting.
and
Enough
look
to build
for
a
a
house.
value
Come
in
on,
a
man, take it
scenario
to the
of
paint.
estimating how
Man
much
up.
snow we have.
Man up is correct.
in
These
the
teams often get addicted, Shaq,
snowstorm.
to the three. Time for some intervention here. What's your plan B, please?
So we covered the two methods
And
of
during that
using
first half
the
of play,
CDF.
these two leading the way for their respective teams.
Finding the subjective
Yeah, they're both
probabilities,
smart driven,
it is
extremely
usually the best
talented.
to avoid
They've been
assessing
putting on a show,
probabilities
man.
of
Taking
zero
control
one,
individually as the
mentioned,
leaders of their
a
teams.
couple of slides ago.
We are.
People are pretty bad at
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining.
extremely low probability values. And they might overstate certainty in ways that
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense. That's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Kuminga. And it's Mr. Incredible in at the 5. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And Williams over to help. Curry passes to Mr. Incredible. Back to Curry.
Putting the remaining intervals, for example.
Here's Mr. Incredible. Williams defending. The 3. And Curry is good for 3. Curry's got his third basket of the night.
To find a stable set of anchor points for constructing a CDF without forcing unrealistic certainty at the extremes. And in practice, we often approximate continuous distribution with a discrete one, even though continuous distribution may be the most accurate in real world. Rather than modeling the full continuous CDF, we select a small number of representative points and assign probabilities to them. Two commonly used methods help select those points so that
Ideally, you want to chase Stephen Curry off the three-point line, but folks, it is not as easy as you might think.
Accuracy. One is called the
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Missed inside.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Fractal the 10,
Oh, what a perfect
50,
pass to
and
set
the
that
90.
up.
Hey, the feed might have been pretty, but the
corresponding
finish,
probability
that
of
was
that
angry.
pass, as you can see here, they are down to 0.3,
Here in this third
0.1,
quarter,
0.3.
just over a
So
minute
this
played.
method makes it easier for people
Wallace outside.
because they avoid extremely tell assessment and relies on more intuitive personal type of judgment.
Pass to Dort. Jacks up a
Similarly,
three.
the standard percent cookie method, they also have a different assignment of the percentile and also the
Hits a
corresponding
three-pointer.
value.
Boy, tremendous job having
So,
hands ready, feet prepared, catch and shoot opportunity for Lou Dort is good.
Are intentionally adjusted to compensate
Williams
for
against Butler.
cognitive distortions in subjective estimation,
Here's Mr. Incredible.
especially the tendency to misjudge tell
Outside Curry.
distribution. So they force the
Shot clock at 3.
assessments at 10 for
Here's Mr. Incredible. And it's blocked. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
So, as we mentioned last week or the week
Thunder trail
before
by
the
21.
break, the triangular distribution
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to
offers a
Hartenstein.
practical compromise between
Back to
ease
Williams.
of assessment and modeling accuracy. So this is
Outside
not the,
Gilgeous-Alexander.
this is not the most accurate
Outside for
test
Dort.
approximation,
The three.
but it's not
And that comes
most
off the assist
simple
by
one
Gilgeous-Alexander.
either. This
So Dort's got
requires,
6.
Boy, nice
only
rise and
3
fire from
points
Lou
or
Dort.
3 inputs. So
Pass to
minimal,
Mr. Incredible.
Value,
Back to Curry.
a maximum value, and the most likely value also costs the most.
A touch over 2.5
These
minutes of
parameters
basketball
are
played here in the third
typically
quarter.
issued
Boy, that's 3 for 4
decision-makers
this
to
half. You
estimate.
like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy.
Just make
Nice.
the
Time now to
distribution
hear from our
relatively
reporter, Allie
simple to
LaForce.
construct.
Hey Brian, Shea
And
Gilgeous-Alexander, the
because of
11th
his
pick back in
simplicity,
2018,
the triangle
has developed to the
distribution
point where he is in the
often used as a quick way
MVP
to
conversation. His
incorporate
coach,
ability
Mark
into
Dagnall, said he's
process.
improved every year. He's been in the league.
So,
It's a testament to his
and they
humility.
can
He looks in the mirror,
outperform
he
the
sees what he needs to
typical
improve on, and then he
estimation.
works at it. Brian?
All right,
So,
Allie,
for
thank you.
example,
And the Warriors make some changes.
and-
Peyton comes in
and
for
max
Kamita,
value
and Hield is subbed in
in
for
net
Curry.
present value analysis.
So it's Oklahoma City
for
now.
an investment opportunity. Instead
With
of
the
assuming
10-footer.
a single
Misses
projected
off the right
cash
iron.
flow over one process
The Warriors
session,
lead by
we
20.
can model
And Doris,
the
no doubt about it.
using mean
Shea
and most
Gilgeous-Alexander is
mean
an
most likely
absolute
and
monster
maximum
on
value
offense.
to better
Very
reflect
quietly,
opportunity
one of the
in
most
decision.
dangerous offensive players in the game
And
is Shea
based on the
Gilgeous-Alexander.
probability of
He's got
distribution,
size,
like,
he's got speed, he's
the
got
area
handle,
under
he
the
can score from 3
3
levels. This guy is a legit
not equal
force.
0. We can calculate the
Beautiful
height of the
feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, buddy, Hield taking flight, showing
The
he
height is
is more than just
stated
a 3-point specialist.
and the function, the key drive function is
10 feet away.
stated on the
And
right.
Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
He's looking
And when
pretty
we-
unsettled at the
we can
moment.
use it
Doesn't
to
seem like he has a
represent
great
the
feel for his shot.
A nice shot by Butler.
Jersey for the
Their
past
interior
winter.
D continues
Even
to
though
look shaky.
The winter is
Not a good
not over
matchup
yet.
for them right now.
So if we
Now here's
know
Wallace.
the lowest
Looking at his
possible
stats, he's putting up about
snowfall
7.5 per game.
and the
And it's
most
Gary
likely
Payton the
snowfall,
second with a
the
foul.
highest,
That's his first foul.
snowfall amount, we can estimate the distribution using the 3 points. Of course, it's not the most accurate one, but it provides a quick, transparent way to move from a single point estimation to a range-based model. And it's useful for planning decisions like snow removal budgets, like stuffing, and schedule risk. All right, so do we have any questions so far?
Oklahoma City, Wallace, he's checked in for Joe. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell.
All right, so if not, I will move on. Do we need any break?
Over 3.5
like
minutes
five
through the
break,
final
four
quarter
break?
now.
I mean, if it's you, just you can just go.
Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing.
take one.
He's covered by Curry. That one's good for 2.
And I
Shea
would just continue
Gilgeous-Alexander has now
the
emerged
lecture
into a
so we can
superstar,
get
and on
finished.
nights like this, guys, he's
All right,
unstoppable.
so
And Oklahoma City, looking at who
So
they've
far,
got. Logan Stewart out there with Kenrich Williams. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Cason Wallace. And it's Hartenstein
right?
in at the
So
5,
using
roaming the
direct
paint.
assessments, opposing bets, reference lotteries, fractal methods, and simple distributions.
Oklahoma City has gone just 1 of 6 from downtown in this final quarter.
Those tools work well when uncertainty is
Gilgeous-Alexander up
relatively
top. He's covered by Curry.
and the variable of interest is clearly defined.
And he lobs
So
it up top.
those are great tools.
The alley-oop that
for,
far away? PA, I'm
certain
speechless.
categories
Hey,
of
you're not
outcomes.
alone. Me too. Everybody's a spectator on that
However,
one, including the
many
defense.
real-world decision problems
And
involve
Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Wallace outside.
and the systems with multiple
Outside, Williams.
interacting components.
Pass to Hartenstein.
Rare events.
And he gets that one.
And deep
The Warriors lead by 22.
So basically,
Mr.
the
Incredible
real-world
passes to
scenario
Kuminga.
is much more complicated than a single event.
Butler with the ball.
The examples of a complex phenomenon
Here's
include
Mr.
nuclear
Incredible.
plant
Back to
failure,
Curry. 4-3.
climate
Wallace
impact,
pulls it in.
technological
Outside
breakthroughs,
Gilgeous-Alexander.
or large-scale economic
Pass
shifts.
to Hartenstein. Takes the
There are
3.
many more,
And that comes off the assist by
There are many more
Gilgeous-Alexander.
you can
Gilgeous-Alexander's got
So
3 assists in the
those
game.
cases, uncertainty is
Incredible
not
passes
just
to Kuminga.
about
And here's
estimating a single number
To the
for a
inside.
single event.
It's Podziemski on the wing.
It involves modeling interdependency,
Here's Mr.
structural
Incredible.
assumptions, and many layered
He gets it to go again.
So
9 for
as we move
13 so
into more
far.
complex domain,
Absolutely
probability assessment
ruthless.
often shifts from
He's not about to
simple,
start showing mercy now.
Well, when it's closing
From
time,
simple,
he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all
elicitation
night.
towards model-based approaches.
Outside, Williams.
So now we can still do it.
And it's cleared by
using
Stephen
one
Curry.
Probability
The Warriors lead by
test
21.
function.
And let's face it,
But,
this one was never really in question.
when we
They came out
do
with
it in
purpose.
real
It just
world entry
overwhelmed the
domain or
opposition.
even real
A
world,
great win for the
that
Warriors.
combines
And you don't
especially
usually see
combines
this
expert
kind of
judgment,
blowout, but tonight
causal
they
modeling,
delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never
we need to
wavered
model
in
the
their
causality,
approach. They just kept at it
simulations,
and
and
showed
structured
they were without a
risk
doubt the better team.
analysis.
And this will
So-
give them win number 32 on the year so far.
foundational methods we
Big
covered
time bragging rights won today.
still
Just
important,
grabbing that
but,
season series.
they
And when
now
you look at the
become
game,
beauty-
the one
beauty
thing that helped
bombs,
fuel this
looking
team to
for
victory
analytical
was the
firms,
efficiency from
that
Mr.
down
Incredible.
to
Boy, I think you could pick about
approximately.
any area.
So, the assessing probability of a catastrophic nuclear plant failure is kind
So
of the
Golden
kind of
State
one
takes
where,
this one, and by a big margin. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill.
And
For
so what are you
those
gonna do with the
events,
jersey? Probably hang it up in my practice gym somewhere. You know, I worked hard for this. Hey, good luck the rest of the way, bro. Appreciate it, bro. You too. Stay healthy. Yeah.
They cannot. They're very rarely to be accurate. In real words, we would assess those probability using a risk-based engineering approach, and this is outside the scope of this class. But using the concepts in this class, we could model the causal mechanism and conditional probabilities among the data, along with data and expert judgment. But not by asking someone to price the events through different lottery. So to illustrate the problem, or with all the potential causes of the catastrophic failure of nuclear plants, we can have this diagram that decompose the probability distribution. And of course, it's a notional example, and this diagram would be much more complex for a real nuclear power plant. So in this diagram, the final outcome is the catastrophic failure of the nuclear power plant, And that could be caused by either or combination of cooling system failure, control system failure, and pressure vessel failure. And on the next level, or at the lower level, the cooling system failure and the control system failure can be due to the loss of power. And the loss of power can be caused by tsunami, the natural disaster, or terrorist attack. So a terrorist attack can also lead to pressure vessel failure, but the pressure vessel failure can also be caused by the corrosion. So there are multiple layers, and there is a long chain of causal relationship. Just for the illustration purpose, we will focus on the first four events boxed by the red dashed line. So if we focus on this four events, we call it F, C, T, and W. We can, if we want to find out the probability of the catastrophic failure, then we can list out all the conditions, all the preconditions of that outcome. So in this case, if we want to calculate the probability of failure, then we can identify 4 different scenarios. So we can have the probability of cooling system failure and control system failure, cooling system not failure, and control system failure. Cooling system failure and control system no failure, and both of them are not false. So those are if they are the only 2 possible causes for the catastrophic failure, then we can have this exhaustive list of conditions. Then we can calculate the conditional probability of the catastrophic failure given each of the conditions here. And of course, those failures depend on the power failure. So we can keep writing the equations. So we can calculate the probability of both systems fail given